Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 1 of 5 of Osechi Ryori. I don't know what to call it. It's just 5 days of making Osechi Ryori, and it's more like a vlog style. So if you haven't subscribed, go hit that subscribe button because, like I said, there are 5 days, different things of the making process, just talking about the different dishes, what they mean, etc. Because January 1st, New Year's Day, Oshogatsu, is the most important holiday for Japanese people. It's not Christmas, it's not the other ones, it's New Year's Day. So there's a lot of food that goes into it. Food is a big part of Japanese culture, if you haven't noticed already. And this is just kind of the topping of it all. I only have like a 2-layer box here, but osechi ryori is the Japanese New Year foods traditional, and you put it in these boxes, and it's supposed to be this time where you make all the stuff ahead of time so people, especially women, that are usually in the kitchen in Japan don't have to do that. You can rest, you can enjoy time with your family, start the new year in that way, rested and enjoying the time. Right? So, I'm going to show you today just a bunch of things that I have bought, and I will walk you through just what the Marukai experience was like very briefly. This is the section where you could find most of the New Year's stuff that you want in one place. They have it all organized because people are coming in at this time of year for those things. There's red beans, black beans, red beans, two kinds of black beans. This one's bigger but a lot more expensive. Kobumaki, all kinds of stuff. The soba, because at New Year's you have the toshikoshi soba for end of year. You have the tofu. This is the kind that I'm getting, the dried tofu. Mochi section galore. There's also kinako, which is the soybean flour that is often put on the outside of mochi. So these are some of our favorites. We just have them at home all the time because we love mochi year round, but we especially have it during New Year's. She's helping me check out, and I'm done for here right now. But I just wanted to remind you that I'm buying a lot of other stuff from Say We. This is the stuff that I can't get there. I picked up a few things, and here we go. So this is not everything because I've already put some stuff away, but just wanted to call out a few things. Everything has a meaning, right? The reason that we use certain ingredients is for a purpose. This is renkon. It's also called a lotus root, but you can't tell what this looks like on the inside. But this is supposed to be bringing you good fortune. And the reason is because when you cut it, this is already cut in half, but it is holy like this. You see? And so it's supposed to be that you can see your future, no obstacles. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but that is what these lotus root, or some people call it pinwheels, that is what it's supposed to be like. See, I can see. So there we go. That is what it's supposed to be. And once it's peeled, it looks like this, all white, clear, clean. White is also a color of purity. So pure good fortune to come is what the wish is as we cook with this ingredient. And it is used in a few different dishes. We are making a few different dishes with it. There's going to be a vinegary one called surenkon, which is one of my favorites and one of the first ones to be made in our house just because it keeps a lot longer. So we will be making that soon, but I'm super excited. I love it. It has like a crispy texture, and anyway, it's delicious. But we also put it in like a braised dish that'll come later because, again, that doesn't last as long. So there's kind of these phases that we cook in. The ones that will last longer, obviously, we'll do sooner, and then the ones that don't and that need to be done really close to January 1st, that will be done. Okay, but that is fun. So break it off, peel, and then you get this. Okay, what else is here? Let me walk you through this. And like I said, there are people that have 3 levels also, and there's a certain way to pack it. We can go through that as we start packing it, but I only have 2 layers, and that's okay too. And it's not this fancy one. If you open it, there's no like inserts or anything, so we're gonna have to make it pretty as we go. There are other fancier ones, like I said, that already have different things built into it. That is just all choice. But again, osechi ryori, and this is the ojubako. And you can refill it as you go, as people eat it, because obviously it's going to be emptied as you go during New Year's, and it's supposed to last a few days as all the side dishes in there. So that is the purpose of Japanese New Year's food. And if you haven't checked out my Japanese Cooking 101, there is a video where I talk about all the kind of basic ingredients or the top things that you should have if you want to start doing Japanese cooking at home. So check that out. I think I called it Japanese Cooking 101. So these are some of the things that I would talk about: the shoyu, the mirin, and the sake, because in almost every braised dish, every sweet soy saucy dish, you're going to need these. So check that out as kind of a starting point if you do want to start making more things at home. Here are just some of the other things that I picked up, but daikon, we'll use this for a few different things. One of them is also another vinegary dish that I like with carrots and daikon. And the color of the red and the white, I mean, it's technically orange, but there's also another red and white kamaboko, which is like a fish cake. That one's actually pink and white, so they're not actually red and white, but the red and white are supposed to be symbolic, like I said earlier, of white being the purity, and the red is supposed to ward off evil spirits. And so there's just a symbolism there of good fortune and willing of that, right? And wishing people that. So this will go into another vinegary dish, namasu, and it's daikon and carrots. Let's see, what else? This is konnyaku. It's a yam cake. Yam cake, I don't know if that's what it's called. Yam cake, that's what it says. But it has a very chewy texture. Some people really like it because there's like not very many calories. Like in this whole thing, let's see, serving size, 2 ounces. So this whole thing would be 20 calories, 22 calories, somewhere in the 20 to 25 calories, this whole thing, because, well, it's just a yam cake. I don't know how to describe it. You kind of have to try it. It's chewy. It doesn't have much flavor on its own. So you braise it, you cook it, and you give it flavor with the other stuff. But I really like it. They also have noodles with this same yam cake. I don't know what else to call it. It's called konnyaku. If you had konnyaku jelly, the little jelly cups that you suck in, anyway, that's also konnyaku. But anyway, this is also one that will twist and make into a cool dish. I don't think this one really has any sort of meaning, but it's something that is used in a lot of the different dishes, and the noodles are used in a lot of Japanese dishes in general. So konnyaku, you might hear that said a few times. And this isn't necessarily for osechi ryori, but I do want to make like a sweet mochi as a dessert. And so that's what this is. It's called mochiko. It's a glutinous rice flour. So I always have this on hand just because I love it. So you can use it in a few different things, and it's fabulous. What else? Oh, that goes hand in hand with this potato starch, katakuriko, because if you've had mochi before, it has the outer coating, because you don't want it to stick to everything, right? When you cook it, it just gets super, super sticky. And so you want to coat it in something. And this is what is usually used. Okay. And then this is one of our favorite things. It's not really a traditional Japanese New Year's thing either, but it's freeze-dried tofu. And in our house, we lovingly call the finished product juicy tofu because it absorbs all the soup and then it becomes juicy tofu. But look, you can make super cute carrot designs, which I don't know if we're going to or not. This year might be a lot of making things easy but still delicious, because there's a lot of effort that goes into making like the pretty shapes of everything. We'll see. We'll see how much help we get too. And you can do like cookie cutters if you have like the little shapes. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we won't. Stay tuned. So that's that. Also, mochi. This is just the dried cut mochi, but there's a New Year food called ozoni, or a New Year's soup called ozoni, where you put mochi in there. So a lot of people will make fresh mochi, especially in Japan, but we don't, and we don't have the super handy dandy mochi machine that my mom has in Hawaii. If you haven't seen that video is above too. That machine is awesome. But anyway, because we don't have that, they have these year round. It's already dried, cut mochi, just toasted in the toaster oven. We love it for breakfast. We love it for all sorts of things. But for Japanese New Year's, there is a special soup called ozoni, and you put mochi in it. So we have our mochi blocks. We had this before, but we're kind of running low, so I might need to buy some more because my kids do like it. This was another thing that I picked up. It's a tiny one. Some people have bigger ones, but I just wanted to have something here. It's called kagami mochi, which means mirror mochi, but I think it had more of a symbolism before when they actually put it on mirrors. But usually you will see two layers of mochi, and people say different symbolisms, but it could be like a yin and yang kind of thing. So light and the dark. It could be just a passing on of generations because dai, like different layers. Dai means like passing on to different generations. And you don't open this. There's mochi inside. You don't open it until the second weekend of January. And that's when you have kagami biraki, which is you open up the mirror, you open up the mochi inside and you eat it. So that is this. If you see it in a Japanese household around New Year's, now you know why. And I don't have a specific place to put this, so it kind of stays in the kitchen. Maybe I'll put it on our mantle-esque area. Anyway, that is what I'm doing with my little miniature guy right here. Like I said, you might have seen it in the footage in Maracay. There's tons of different kinds that you can get. And it also has some with rabbits on top because next year is the year of the rabbit. So a lot of different options there. But all of it is to wish good fortune, right? Whether it be wealth, abundance, health, stability, strength, all those things are built into the food, in the symbolism of the food. And so we will dive deeper into that as we're making it. Tune back in tomorrow, which will be day 2, and we'll actually be making some foods. So join me. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, because we will be here. And on the last day, we're all going to eat. We're going to open it all up. We're going to eat. We're going to celebrate the new year. So I hope you don't miss it. I hope to have you here and can't